I see there's 2 people in here. Who is it? Three people. Who goes there? I'm doing this different. I'm doing this on my computer today. So let me put my headphones in. Can you guys hear me? Donna! Hi! Hang on 1 second, okay? Oh, wait, never mind. I don't have to go anywhere. Okay. Hi! How are you? I'm stressing out. So I don't think I'm going to be on for very long today. Hope that's okay. I need to, go take a nap. Yeah. About the election or something else? Mine's the election and some other stuff, but the election ain't helping a damn thing. Me too. I didn't finish the book at all. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Truthfully, I think I'm gonna keep blaming it on this. It could just be my Hi, Marissa. It could just be my lack of dedication to persevering through it. But I don't think it was the best book because of the way it was structured and because I was going into it knowing we weren't going to finish it, or at least not assuming we were. I don't think I had that drive to make sure I finished it. But I think the next book will kind of go in line with A, something easier that we can finish, and B, it'll be in line with what I'm talking about on my channel right now, if that makes any sense. I've already picked the book, and I've already actually talked about it before, but I want to talk about it on my channel, and I want to actually talk about it with you guys, for real, for real. Are we the only ones who are coming today? Not that I'm not happy as shit that you're here. Of course I am. I just don't want to start really talking about it. I'm going to post all the details about the next book club in a post on Patreon anyway. But I don't know if you guys have been watching my new videos that have gone up, the 2 ones that have gone up. Yeah, hopefully. Either way, I'm fine. We'll hang out. This is weird looking down at something. I'm used to looking up at myself when I'm talking, so I feel like I just look like my eyes are closed. It's so funny. I have the smallest little, unless I'm like this, you can't. That's so funny. But anyway, so I don't know if you guys watched the 2 new videos that have gone up in the past few days, but I don't have anything directly around me, but I will next time for sure. I've never live streamed on my computer before. This is way more convenient though. I like it. No, I understand. I debated posting today because of all of this. Oh, thank you. I love that color. And I immediately don't know why, but I don't even wear a lot of color, but I saw it and I was like, bold lip, which is kind of nuts because normally I don't like to wear bold lips with bold colors, but it's a nice color. My daughter just got a little sweater that's kind of like that mustard color. And it's just such a beautiful color. I have a blazer I'm going to wear in the next couple of videos. That's that kind of brown, sienna color that's really popular right now too in clothing. Ugh, all the 70s stuff, the marigold, everything that's coming back is just so beautiful. Of the shirt I was wearing today, I like the way it fits a lot. It's bigger, but I'm bustier. So when people make blouses particularly that are bigger on my chest but fit me nice everywhere else, that is so hard for me to find because usually it'll be loose everywhere but so tight on my chest that it's just I can't wear it, you know what I mean? So I was really happy with that one, and it's a beautiful material and it's really soft. But yeah, so the video that went up today and the ones that are coming up, I've already done the content calendar because I want to be really intentional. Marissa, you're so cute. I want to be intentional with my content for the rest of the year because I have a plan. And, I told you guys before, I'm feeling so much better as opposed to how I felt the majority of the year with, dealing with my mom's death and all that shit. I'm feeling bangers. So I have this plan for the end of the year, and it's kind of going to be actually getting ready for the new year because I don't really believe I don't really believe in the idea that you have to wait until New Year's to like work on yourself or go after something you want or just have a perspective shift or sometimes it's just that clean slate feeling like everybody loves it. You know what I mean? I think that might be maybe what's behind it. But I also don't think that anything will change in you on January 1st if you had at least been thinking about it now. You know what I mean? It's already hard enough to get into a habit. And if you have this idea that you're like, I'm gonna have a amazing 2021 starting January 1st, unfortunately, we're all gonna like fuck up our new habits and our new goals for a hot minute before they become like ingrained in us. And the problem with waiting until January 1st to do it is if you do that and like January 18th comes around, um, oh no, that's fine, Marissa. Um, January 18th is gonna roll around. You're gonna be like, oh, I've already screwed it up so many times. Next year. Otherwise, everybody wouldn't be falling off the resolution. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't really believe in that. But if we're gonna go off of the way the world works and try to believe in that and have that idea that we just have to wait until January 1st, we could just be like thinking about it now. Um, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've been working on, like particular habits and particular habits in particular, particularly as it pertains to habits, because that pyramid I was talking about in my video today, what I was trying to get at, and I probably should have expanded on it, is like you start with your habits and just the way you talk to yourself and the way you think about things. The bottom of the pyramid is the most important, but it's the biggest because it takes the most effort to actually change, I think. I don't know where I got this pyramid shit from. I look like I'm like Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, every time I do it. But yeah, so that's what kind of what I wanted to start talking about at the end of the year. Is like let's start at the bottom of the pyramid. We'll start with like our habits and how we develop new ones. So I've really been toying with this idea and trying to like train myself to do things I don't normally do. And just little things that I know that if I do them, big picture wise, going to make my life so much easier. So I've been having a lot of success with that, and I feel like it actually has such a strange. I'm same. Love that. Um, I feel like if you just start with your habits, that's so small and that's so easy to deal with. Nana! Yay! Hi. Oh, I'm so happy. Um, we're just talking about kind of the premise behind what I'm working on at the end of the year, which is going to roll into me finally telling you what the damn book club book for next month is going to be in general. But anyway, so I thought if we start with the habits, which are little things we can do every day, and they're things that like if you don't do them, the world's not going to end. Hopefully, it's not going to like scare you and give you perfectionist tendencies if you don't do it 5 days out of 5. You know, it's just a good place to start. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. But then I thought, let's take it one step. Let's take it even further down. Teresa! Excuse me. I don't know why I said it like that, girl. Sometimes I just do. I'll just like put like roll my R's on people's names. I do it every time I say Franca. But yeah, so what was I talking about? Come back. Oh, I thought we should probably take it even a step further. So we have our habits, but maybe we need to talk a little bit about what first, so that if we fall off of our habits or we're having a hard time attaching to our habits or being consistent with them, first, let's figure out why we have maybe not been consistent with our ideal habits in the past. And the book that we're going to read to get into that, I have talked about before. It's called The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. It's great. It's a very, very eye-opening book. You can glean a lot of things about your personality from this book, but what I think of it to be most beneficial for is like it helps you understand how you respond to obligation, whether that's external or internal, because for the most part, when we have a hard time attaching to our habits or reaching our goals or following through with something, it's usually because we're having a hard time like getting that motivation, or the consequences aren't really there. Or in some cases, like with a certain tendency of the four tendencies, you just have some weird shit going on where even if you want to do it, you can't make yourself do it. So, really quick, the four tendencies, there is upholder, obliger, rebel, and questioner. And the theory is that we all fall into one of these. And which one of these you are, like I said, depends on, in my opinion, I don't know if this is the central thesis of the book or not. I've read most of it. I haven't finished it completely, but I'm going to read it again with you guys. Anyway, in my opinion, understanding this will help you understand, like I said, how you deal with obligation. So I'm going to start with an example. So the upholder, for example, type A, like it don't matter who needs them to do something or why it needs to be done or what the point of it is, they're going to do it. They just don't need to know anything else, but it was a rule or it was an expectation or I said I was going to do it, so now I have to do it. They're really just, those are the type of people that I think we all want to be deep down, where we can just like say it and it is as good as done and I will never waver in my convictions, for I have said it forth as this. Like, I am not like that. I'll tell you which one I am in a minute. But so upholders, they have a lot of great qualities with that, but with everything, there's downsides to it. And you'll learn about that if you're an upholder. If you're an obliger, for example, you have a hard time doing things just for you. So a good example of someone who is an obliger is the type of person who probably wouldn't have a lot of success working out by themselves, but if they have a workout buddy, they find that they tend to show up because somebody else is counting on them. And then questioners are people that they're not going to do either, but they will do, but meaning it doesn't really matter to them where the obligation is coming from, whether it's something they're imposing on themselves or whether it is something that somebody needs of them. Doesn't really matter. What matters is they have to make it make sense. Until it makes sense to them why they're doing it, until they have wrapped their brains around the best way to do it, they're not going to do anything. And there's a lot of good things about that, a lot of bad things. I'm a questioner / upholder. Sometimes people are two, most people are two, and it's usually two people on the same side. So you might be a questioner and an upholder, but you're not going to be a rebel and an upholder because they're just on different sides, like completely opposite. But a rebel, which is the other one, are the types of people who it don't matter what the hell, they just can't get it done. They feel like if somebody wants them to do it, they're just like, no, I'm not going to do it just because you said so. But the weird thing about rebels is that they do the same thing with themselves. So like they won't even meet obligations with themselves because they still feel like that is someone telling them what to do. I don't have the best time understanding this one. I know some people like this, so I get that this type of person exists, but that is the one I understand the least, so I'm going to have the hardest time explaining. But there are people like that as well. And like I said, the idea is you fall in one of the four. And then once you can figure that out, and then also it's helpful to learn about people in your life also. My husband is a upholder, 100%. Like he is a type A, like we're going to follow the rules. And he's very success oriented and very driven. And I love that about him. But for example, one of the downsides of type A people that Gretchen Rubin talks about in the book is that they do something called tightening, which is where they can be like unnecessarily rigid and like way too, because they just, that's that thing in them. They said, I said I would do it. We have to do it. Like sometimes they can't let it go. So that's what I'm saying. Like every trait, every tendency has its good and bad sides. So it's really good to know about yourself. And like I said, it's also very helpful to know about other people, because sometimes if you're like, I'm a questioner, so my husband can like want me to do something his way, bless his heart, and I'll be willing to do it, but I might not do it your way because I might think I might have a way I'd prefer, but I'll still do it. You just got to let me figure out the way I want to do it, and then I'll do it 100 times out of 100. But he might take that personally if he doesn't understand that that's just the way that I work. And conversely, if I don't understand that the way that he works is he makes a commitment and it's really hard for him not to follow through with it, I could make that about me and take that personally, but that's dumb. Like it's not about me. This is how he deals with things. And in order to have successful relationships of any kind, you have to understand each other's tendencies and like, can you work with them and can you, use them to your benefit and be able to recognize when even you yourself are letting your more toxic aspects of your tendencies take over. Because questioners, for example, like a girl right here, we can just get into like, as you can imagine, all the words I say, think about how many I'm thinking. Like all I do is think about stuff. And it's good because I feel like it helps me. I feel like it's given me a lot of gifts. Like I wouldn't trade that about my personality. I think it makes me who I am, but I can see how it's frustrating for some people and it also has caused me problems in my life. So it's just good to know yourself that well, which I think is one of the main goals I would love to achieve on my channel before the year is over. So before we even start January and start thinking about our goals and start thinking about what we want to do next year, maybe we need to kind of know ourselves a little better first. So that is why I think this is a great book. And again, like I said, the next kind of step in the pyramid is our habits, But once we understand what's kind of getting us on our way of showing up in our habits that we want, and once we kind of understand what motivates us and how we respond to obligation, I think that you can work with that just like with anything. Like I'm not trying to compare us to dogs, but dogs are pretty great. So obviously you should know I mean no harm. But it's called The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. I don't know why I keep holding up four. I know you guys can count. You can get it anywhere. It's on Audible. It's on iBooks. It's on Amazon. It's probably going to be at your library. It is a bigger, I'll write it down. Four tendencies. It's amazing. But that's my train of thought completely. I don't remember. It's gone forever. Anyway, I hope you guys are into it. I think this is a great opportunity because at the very least, we'll find out if we like a nonfiction book. We're kind of learning the book club as we go, is basically what I'm getting at. I have wanted to have the book club forever. I still want to make more book content on YouTube regularly. But I knew that, truthfully, hence the questioning personality trait I'm trying to work against a little bit lately. I knew that if I didn't just do it, I will sit here and be like, well, should I do this or should I do that? And don't I need to do this first? Like I will talk myself into making this be unnecessarily long. So we just launched the book club. We're going to figure it out together as we go. And I'm optimistic that next month it will be more organized and it will look a lot more like what I was hoping it would look like to begin with. And if we decide we hate this book and don't want to read anything like this ever again, then we won't. You know what I mean? Who all is in here? Because two of you were talking. Nobody's talking, but there's numbers. I just don't know who's in here. I feel like, am I talking too much? Is this working? Like I said, I haven't done it through YouTube like this before. No, not talking too much. Ugh, you're an angel. It's like the music to my ears. I feel like everyone in my family must just be like, yeah, we get it. And it's probably also now a byproduct of my job, especially when I do teaching videos. That's probably why people consider me a good teacher, is because I can only teach what I have sat here. Oh, Nana. Tell Mr. Nana I said hello. Mr. Pelletier. How do I say your last name? Pelletier? Is it French? My husband's gone, so enjoy it. He needed a battery. Babe, where do we keep the batteries? That's funny. You guys are so cute. French. Nana, where are you? Where do you live again? It's not Canada, is it? I know we got at least one Canadian. I know Shauna is Canadian. Shauna is from Canada. Yeah, do you? That's hot. You guys, I really want to learn a language. You guys want to try to learn a language together? Maine. Maybe because I'm picturing pictures of you with snow around you. It's like the first thing that pop into my head is like snow. So I must have seen a picture with you like that or something. Um, but yeah, I would love to learn any language, but French is high on there because it's just so hot. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the accent though, and I'm a pretty good mimic usually. Sign language. I know the sign language ABCs from when I was like a kid. I was like in 4th grade and they taught them to us. And she said, God, no, I'm Irish. He is French. Um, yeah, me too, Donna. I really want to. But yeah, so I remember we learned about sign language in 4th grade because we learned about Helen Keller. And I remember the ABCs, and I remember I went through this weird, like, nervous tic when I was younger, like, almost like an OCD thing, where when somebody would talk to me, I would, like, even if my hand was under the table or behind my back or something, I would be sitting there trying to spell out what they were saying to me while they were talking to me. I was such a weird kid. But, I wanna learn Spanish too. I have sat down and attempted for 2 years in a row. Going back to what I said before about, like, nothing's gonna change on January 1st, right? 2 New Year's um, 2 New Year's, 2 Januaries in a row, I have been like, "This is the year I'm learning Spanish." One year, my husband even bought me Rosetta Stone, but it was only like a year membership, so that's how I remember it ran out on January, whatever I activated it, and I was like, "I didn't learn Spanish." So then the next year the next January, I got a membership for Babbel? Was it Babbel or probably app is probably still on my phone. I had it for like 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, and then finally I was like, "I'm not doing it." Like, I kept feeling like crap because I wasn't doing it, so I just deleted it or I canceled my membership or whatever, and I was like, "I have to revisit this." My mom had just died. Probably wasn't the best time for me to try to, like, learn languages. I was super ambitious, but maybe this year I'd love to learn Spanish and French and what are the other hot languages? That's what I want to learn. It's a good point, Marissa. But you also have to keep in mind that the other things, depending on which way what you're talking about, that is part of working on you. Because every time you do something that you set out to do, every time you check off a little goal, it doesn't matter what, even if it is just your 30 minutes of your Spanish lesson that day, that builds you up. That has such appreciating value on your whole view of yourself. Italian, yeah, duh. Oh my gosh, you guys want to hear a funny story? So I have been married for 8 years. I love my husband very, very much. Uh, but like I'm not dead, okay? Like I haven't seen a whole lot of men since I've been married that I was like, damn. Like I don't know. It's hard for me to be attracted to someone. I don't know. It takes a lot. I don't know. Janelle! I was about to tell an embarrassing story, or I guess it's embarrassing. You're just in time. But anyway, so it's not normal for me to be attracted to a lot of people as a married woman. But like me and my husband have a healthy understanding that like we're both alive, like not dead people. Like we can find people attractive. We're not weird about it, you know? All that to say that I had a friggin' coach. He was my CrossFit coach for like a year, maybe 2, and he was Italian. And Marissa, that's a real, yes, please put that before all else, babe. Bless you. Please do whatever you have to do. But this coach I had, dude, he was so hot and he was Italian. And he was not just my coach. We had like a class. And if you've ever done CrossFit, you go in and the classes are smaller, like maybe 8 to 12 people. And you have like the same coaches over and over again. It's like a little team. It's so good for if you're into that kind of thing, if you want to do that, I recommend CrossFit. I think it's great. But my coach was so hot. And every time he would like talk to me or like come over and try to like correct my form for like a workout or something, I would start blushing so bad. And like, I couldn't, dude, I was just like, I would start like blushing and like grinning and I would just be like, oh, go away because Especially if I was, like, lifting, sometimes you have, like, a weight rack, like, up here and, like, you're trying to do a squat, and then he's, like, behind me, like, touching me, and I was just like, "Oh god, like, get out of here." Oh, he was so hot. Um, I quit the gym, not because of him, but, because of COVID when Corona and all that stuff started. I was like, "Well, I'm not going back there," but I don't think I'll go back just because of that anyway. Because he's married. Not that I'm saying, like, it'll we're both married, it's wrong, but it's just I don't know. I don't like being in that situation. And honestly, I'm just embarrassed. I wonder if anyone else ever noticed it because I don't know. Ugh, can't believe I just told you guys that story. um, you guys, I told you that I wasn't going to stay on super late today for a whole lot of time. I hope that's okay. If unless you guys have any, my husband has a new mechanic, young guy. How young we talking, Nana? Girl. Um, I saw this guy. No, I can't be, Marissa. That's a good point. Cause I kind of felt like every girl, I just kept being like, I bet half these girls in here come here because he is the coach. Uh-huh. I want to hear Nana's story. So I'm just like, without thinking, I said, oh, he is foot cute or fine. You meant to say fine and cute and it came out foot. That's funny. No, like, I don't know. So I don't think so, Janelle, and if they did, I never saw. That's my point. Like, I don't feel alone in it, but I felt alone. Everybody else hid their shame better than me. I don't know. I'm also just the type of person that if I like you or if I'm attracted to you, I'm just really uncomfortable around you. Nah, nah. Oh shit. Absolutely, Donna. People are not paying that much attention to us anyway. You know what I mean? Probably didn't notice at all. I just remember when I was single and stuff, like even with my husband, the first couple of times I saw him, like we kind of interacted because I was his he is cute. Nana said, I stand by what I said. Exactly. And you should be able to be honest in that situation. At the very least, I'm not saying you should be walking around being like, oh yeah, this guy today I saw, I wanted to put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. I'm not saying like that, but like it should be something you guys can talk about in good fun. I was in a very abusive relationship when I was younger, and that was not an option. I couldn't even say that I thought celebrities were good looking. He would like lose his shit. He was crazy. So I've seen that kind of stuff, and that's just so unhealthy and nuts. Um, yes, I love Missy too. She's my fave. Top five. I tried playing her for my kid the other day, and my kid like she is either down or she's not with old stuff. Like it's nowhere in between. It's never, oh, it's okay. I like it a little. It's that was pretty cool, or it's old fashioned, and that's the main thing. This is old. um, absolutely, Nana. Absolutely. I know. Because we are getting old. Well, I don't even care, man. The older I get, the better I get. I'm not even, as long as like I'm healthy and I'm having a good time, I don't care. Did I not? Did I delete your message, Nana? I didn't mean to. How do I approve it? Did I not approve it? This is weird. I actually deleted Nana's comment, I think. She said, fuck the crazy jealous crap. I don't have time. And I say, ditto. No way. We already talked about it, but I will reiterate. We are going to read The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. because the remainder of the year is kind of a preamble to some New Year's content I'm working on. And my plan is for us to spend November and December first getting our motivation and our basically our motivation under control. And I think that starts with understanding how you respond to obligation. So The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin is great. I honestly think it's just one of those really cool, like if you like personality quizzes and stuff, it's just so awesome. I think any opportunity you can really learn about yourself is great to take. And like I said earlier in the live stream, it's also really great just to learn about those that are around you. If nothing else, it can really help you understand how to relate better to people. It's just a great skill set to have, I think. And then MBTI. What is that? What's that? But then, so spoiler alert, in case should I tell you what next month says? Is that something I'm allowed to do, or do I have to wait? Oh, wait, I guess. I already know what it's going to be if you guys are like enjoying the direction that the book club YouTube channel integration is going to be like. Myers-Briggs types. Okay. I've never done that, that test, but two things people always try to figure out about me on YouTube if they're trying to, there's three things. People always try to figure out what ethnicity I am. They don't ask so much anymore, but they used to ask a lot when I had dark hair. I thought what you were talking about was the new book. It is. Oh, Janelle, you're talking about House of Leaves. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. I'm sorry. But I lost my train of thought. Where'd it go? Come back. Oh, so people try to figure out my ethnicity. They try to figure out my star sign, or they'll try to figure out my Myers-Briggs test. And I don't even remember. The funny thing about it is every time people do that, it's all different things. Except for my star sign. Everybody always thinks I'm a Virgo or a Sagittarius. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's Virgo and Sagittarius. But Janelle, so House of Leaves, basically what I told everyone at the beginning was I didn't finish the whole book. And I kind of figured that most of us didn't, except for the awesome star students who took it seriously and were cool, unlike me, the person who started the stupid book club. But I learned through this process that I don't think that was the ideal book to start with, simply because I personally just think I was like, I'm not going to finish it. So I didn't chip away at it the way I wish I had. And now, we have the new book for November, which is The Four Tendencies. And I think that's really going to be a better indication of what the book club would look like. But my concern was talking about House of Leaves too much was if everybody is in a different place of reading it, then we would spoil it for each other. So I felt like it'd be kind of hard to get into it, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But if there's anything in particular you want to talk about, I would be happy to, especially because I'm the one who talked everybody into reading it. But what I have read, like what I continue to read for the rest of October, sufficiently creeped me out. Still very creeped out by it, but it's just one of those books that I just feel like you chip away. It's like, this is going to sound sacrilegious, but not like the Bible, but the way I imagine people read the Bible, where they just pick at it a little bit every day. That's what I feel like you have to do with House of Leaves, but that's my plan there. And for everybody who wants to know what the December book is, if you really want to know, it's going to be Atomic Habits. I don't know who wrote it. Hang on, I can tell you. It is fascinating. It's hard to explain to people. It's like when I put it in the BookTube video about that, when I was talking about it, I was like, it's like you're reading what someone is writing about something they're watching, and that person's reading something. Like, it's bizarre, but something about the way that it's written automatically makes it creepier. Like, even if you don't really know why you're creeped out, I think it's just that framing or whatever of how the story is told. Is that what I'm trying to say? Atomic Habits by James Clear. And that is why, like I was saying, that I wanted to start off with kind of understanding our own barriers or our roadblocks or whatever you want to call it, the thing that is stopping us from like taking the action that we want to take to get what we want. I thought it'd be best to understand that first and then talk about how to form the habits. And then in that, why, yeah, I agree, Janelle. I agree. I'm surprised he hasn't done more with different perspectives. He could have made more content around that or something. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so I feel like we first understand why we keep screwing up the stuff we keep screwing up. I know, but I think that's just the way they were trying to like he's supposed to be us, you know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be we're his perspective, if that makes any sense. That's really the only reason he was there. But like I agree. You kind of get to the point where you're like, okay, Johnny, cool. Like whatever. But I didn't finish it, so also I don't know how it ends. But anyway, with the habits, that book, I've read most of that one also. And it's really good about helping you understand like the little things you do. Oh, wow, Janelle. I haven't even looked into those before. Ooh. Damn, that's gonna make finishing it worth it anyway. I love doing that shit. When you finish something and you go see what everybody else had to say about it. Ooh, that just motivated me to finish it even more. But yeah, so Atomic Habits talks a lot about the tiny actions we take every day that will either take you further or closer to what you want. And when you're looking at it from the perspective of this book, it's literally talking about minuscule, like it's the book starts off with telling you a story about the cycling team in France, if I'm not mistaken, that I guess was getting whooped year after year after year. And then one year, this coach comes in and he starts just tweaking tiny little things everyone does, just little things all across the board. And when they looked at it over the span of time, it was net positive in like this crazy way. But it was such little things they were doing that when you look at them individually, you're kind of like, it's wild that it amounted to this big victory. But that's all it was. It was just little tiny things. So that's what the Atomic Habits book is trying to share with us, is just how to, it is really good. It's just kind of how to get you to start thinking about changing things in your life, whatever it is. And stop thinking about it as the big mountain, and start thinking about it as the little things you do every day, which I think is a great way to start thinking about planning for like that new year, new me shit everybody wants to do. Like, I think if you can figure out why you keep getting in your own way a little bit and how to approach good habits that will net positive you in the direction you want to go exponentially, then that's a great mindset to be in to start your year, in my opinion. I'll be gone in the dark scares me. Like, I just remember being so creeped out by that book. Might have been because my husband wasn't here when I was reading it. So I don't know. It's because it's real. You know what I'm saying? And I know that fool is like already been okay, let's see if it works this time. Okay, so I didn't delete you. I accidentally did delete you, Nana. That's what happened. He is a creepy ass guy. He's a piece of shit. Huge piece of shit. I just garbage people, man. Speaking of garbage people, I wonder if the election's been announced yet. I don't want to know. I don't want to find out on a live stream. Oh, probably not a good idea. Not yet. I wonder if it's gonna be like days. I think it's gonna be days, and then it's gonna happen, and then everyone's gonna want recounts, and everybody's gonna fight about it. It's just, remember when things were simple? You guys remember? I don't even remember anymore. I miss it though. But I think things, as long as we amongst ourselves on our damn own decide that we are going to just show up for ourselves, take care of ourselves, look out for ourselves. Yeah. This whole situation is crazy. It's kind of what got me thinking about all this stuff too. You know, I think everyone has this sad, I don't want to say it's sad because I like hope, But the fact that so many people are like, "I'm ready for 2020 to be over," I just kinda wanna be like, "What do you guys think is gonna happen? Stroke of midnight, December 30, like, things just gonna change?" Like, again, not gonna happen. Like, if things are really bad, if we're having hard times as individuals, then all we can do is figure out how to take care of our as someone who just had a really bad year, I can tell you, like, you have to I know, Donna, God. I know, girl. I just think that now is a time that would be great for people to be working on themselves because it's only going to help us get through whatever crazy shit we might be dealing with next year. Who knows? We might have a great year. Why not? Why not? If things can go crazy in one direction, they can always go crazy in the other. But at least we're taking care of our shit and taking care of ourselves because when we're taking care of ourselves, we're just better for everything. Everyone around us benefits when we're taking care of ourselves. So I think that would actually help the whole fucking world if everybody would just start taking care of themselves and stop worrying about what everybody else is fucking doing all the time. Like, oh, I'm getting mad. I'm gonna calm down. It's been a heavy day energetically over at the Hedrick house. It's been a good day overall, but I told you guys like I'm gonna have to call it an early night tonight because I'm feeling it. I stayed home all day. I'm just kind of laying low. That's been the motto for years, Nana said. You just ahead of us, girl. Nana been knowing. But I am gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I have a live stream with y'all in a few days. If you didn't see, I posted all of the November live stream dates and times. Um, and I'm getting my shit together and I'm more organized. So Patreon just in general is going to be way better. So I hope you guys are down because I'm excited. And I will release all the information about the book club on Patreon and Instagram when I am. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to crawl in the bed with all my dogs and watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's what I want to do. Just like empower myself through Buffy's just energy. I want a Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like these like tall candles people get. Ah, cute. Yay, Nana. Get it, Janelle. Yeah, I gotta order my physical copy too because the only one I have is digital and it's hard to take pictures of like a digital copy. So I guess I could figure out a way to do it. Don't let me waste money. That's dumb. Yeah, post pictures on where can you post them? Can you guys post anything on Patreon? On like the feed? Put them on the Facebook group. Yeah. Girl. Which days might not be as numbered as I thought now that apparently I'm back to being the budget no buy girl on YouTube because the damn makeup and mayhem videos I posted during Halloween, I worked so hard on those. That's why only 2 of them got up because they actually were so much work to do, but I was having so much fun, so I didn't care, but nobody watched them. And then I post like 2 videos where I even just act like I'm like getting back into this and everyone's like they're just been doing so good. And I'm like, this is what the people want. So I'm going to give it to them. So I guess that's going to make the Facebook group easier to get back and track in some direction. But for a while, I thought I was going to get rid of it because I was like, it's just not doing what I wanted it to do because I'm not creating the content that I was creating when I started it. But probably going to go back to that. I thought so too. Yeah, me too, Nana. You guys, I need to look into YouTube memberships also and figure out what it's talking about, like if it's any better than Patreon because I can't decide if I would start a YouTube membership and have Patreon or get rid of one and have the other. But I kind of feel like if I get YouTube, we might get like I know this is going to sound like so self-deprecating, but might get too many new members and I kind of like where we are just right now while I'm figuring it out, especially not ready to have a whole bunch of new people over here. Yeah, me too, Marissa. I mean, that's not why I'm here because I have to be, but I like that about what we have over here, particularly with the live streams. Like, Sometimes I wonder why people are on the Patreon if they don't come to them because I do them so often. It makes me feel like I hope they're getting something out of it if they're not able to enjoy or don't enjoy a live stream at all, because that makes me feel like um, that I feel like they're not gonna enjoy it as much. I mean, I hope they are. You feel the same way about the membership? I have to look into it. I could just go over there and do like a couple of live streams, but again, I don't even know if I would probably have like stage fright if I did like a big live stream. It's just the few of us, usually same few of us usually, and I feel like I'm just talking to my friends. But if it's like a big live stream, I'd be like, "Hi." I just Southern goodbye the shit out of y'all. I said I was gonna get off the phone get off the camera like 5 minutes ago. The anniversary one went well. The only problem was, yeah, well, that's why I started doing them at 6 and trying to do more of them on the weekends, Janelle. The only reason I'm doing any of the ones that I do in the week this month is because I have to because of like Thanksgiving and traveling for the holidays and stuff. So I just had to do it every day as I could do it. But the anniversary was cool. I just think that I think I literally need one of you guys to like run it so that I'm not the only one talking. I want someone else to kind of make sure that everyone is getting a chance to talk. But it's weird because once someone starts talking, then if anyone else starts talking, you can't hear them. So it's literally like I don't want to be the one to moderate it because I want to hear you guys talk. Like I want to watch you guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think before we do it again, I'm going to see if I can get someone maybe in the group who wouldn't mind kind of taking on that moderator role. That would be awesome. I mean, I can do it, like I said, but I feel like unfortunately I don't get to hear you guys as much as I would like. You guys hear me all the time and see me all the time. That's a good point. Yeah. We'll figure it out. I promise. All of these things are just in their beta test, and I'm just doing things now. Like if it sounds fun and like I want to do it, I'm just doing it. I'm not going to wait until it's perfect and all this shit anymore. So if in the beginning it's not the most professional or like awesome looking or running thing, I'm working on it. We're just going to have fun when we figure it out. Yeah, we need like Andy Cohen. That's what I mean. Like if you ever exactly. We just need someone in there who's basically going to be like, let's say for the sake of argument, we're doing a Zoom meeting for the book club. So the person would be there and they would kind of be like, they would ask the question and then they could go through and make sure everyone gets a chance to talk and kind of just guide, kind of what I was doing on the live stream. But again, I was the one talking the most and I really wanted to hear you guys talk more, if that makes any sense. So I feel like if somebody else leads it, then I get to, maybe we'll figure it out. I feel good about it. No worries. Yeah, but I'm gonna add Andy Cohen on Instagram today and see if he'll come moderate my Zoom meeting. All right, I am gonna go, you guys, and I hope that everyone has a good night. And no matter what happens in the next few days, that this is a lot less important than how we treat ourselves and each other right now. That's more important. So let's try to focus on that. That's all we can do. But I hope you guys have a really good night. Stay safe, stay well, go drink some hot cocoa, do something, relax, take a load off. But I had so much fun with you guys like always, and I'll see you in a few days when we have the other live stream. So bye guys. I'm just like waiting for it to end.